Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video we're reviewing a 2022 Mercedes-Benz CLA 45 AMG. Before we get into the video though, I do want to mention a huge shout out and thank you to the Mercedes-Benz of Farmington for giving me some time with the CLA 45 AMG. Check out the inventory in the description down below. This one is available for sale right now if you're interested. A really cool aspect about this dealership is they are a one price dealership, so they make your car buying experience so much easier than what a lot of other Mercedes dealerships will do. And on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get into the review. So under the hood we have a turbocharged 2-liter 4-cylinder that goes through an 8-speed automatic transmission. Power outputs are 382 horsepower at 6,500 RPMs and then 354 pound-feet of torque at 4,750 RPMs. And just like other AMG engines, you can see it's handcrafted and got the signature of the person who made the engine. Definitely really cool with the overall display, and crazy that a 2-liter 4-cylinder has that much power. Now let's go over the front end of the CLA. So first off, you can see these really sharp body lines on the hood and then off to the side. Definitely gives this a very muscular appearance. And then coming down below, you guys can see the LED accent lights, and then we've got the projector headlights, super bright. Parking sensors here on the front end. Notice we got our AMG logo with the Mercedes-Benz badge, and there's a camera there just up above the Mercedes logo. There's another Mercedes logo there on the hood. And yeah, I just love the overall grille design here. Definitely has this aggressive appearance to it. It kind of looks like a baby AMG GT in a way, or an AMG GT 4-door to be more accurate. And yeah, I'm all about it. Now coming around the side here, we've got two 45mm tires wrapped around 18-inch wheels in the front and over in the rear as well. And this is a very interesting looking wheel. So you guys can see we've got the silver here on the outside, and you've got this dark metallic gray ring there on the inside. And yeah, it's just super unique in terms of the appearance. Also, look how massive the brake rotor is. So 18-inch wheel, and the rotor pretty much takes up the entire wheel. Got your AMG logo there on the caliper, and then you can see we've got our Turbo 4MATIC badge here on the side. And then notice with the mirrors how it's black on the bottom, white on the top, and then you got the silver there on the door handles. And I've got this pillar on the way, so I'll actually pop over to the other side so you guys can see the side profile here with the CLA 45. Definitely a good looking car from the side. So here's our key fob. Notice we've got our lock, we've got our unlock, and the Mercedes logo there on the center, AMG at the bottom, and then this is the opening here for the trunk. And then nothing happened there on the back, but here is the trunk area for the CLA 45. Got a bunch of goodies that come with the car from the factory, including our little owner's manual setup right here. But you can see with this box of the floor mats that storage space is fantastic here actually for the CLA. And when you're all done, you just have to lower this down yourself, so you just gotta pop it down. Now let's finish things up here with the rear. So you can see we've got this kind of low profile spoiler that's body painted. I love the taillight design, how it kind of wraps around. Got our CLA 45 badge, AMG badge as well. And then just look how aggressive the exhaust tips are. And of course, we'll roll the exhaust clip after this clip so you guys can hear what it sounds like. Look at the diffuser as well. That's definitely a really cool look. And yeah, the back end of this car, again, really aggressive, and I definitely love the look of it. Now here's a door panel in the rear. You can see here with the leather and the stitching, and then down below. And I love the look at the door handle itself. One of the speakers there for the sound system. And then here are the rear seats. So again, the combination of the black and the white that you see in the door panel carries over to the seats. And popping in here, it's actually spacious back here. And then notice here with the little cargo net down below, got a couple of vents off to the side, and then you can see down below with the USB. And of course, got our armrest situation with the cup holders. That's interesting how they pop out. And then I love how these seats look like mini bucket seats here for the back. I think that's kind of cool from a design perspective. Let's head to the front. Now here's the front door panel again with the leather and the stitching, and then down below we've got all of our window controls here, and then the mirror adjustments. The mirrors do power fold in. They also have blind spot monitoring as well. And I love this trim right here. Notice with the seat adjustments we do have memory seats, heated seats for the front, and then we've got that to open up the trunk. You can see one of the speakers for the sound system. AMG logo right here. And then here are the front seats. Notice how they look very similar to the back seats, so it kind of all matches together. And again, you got that same contrast with the white and the black, which I think looks fantastic. Notice the lumbar support is actually here on the side of the seat, which is kind of interesting. Love the look of the pedals, definitely a nice premium look there. And then look at the design here. And the vents definitely have really nice upscale appearance to them. Got our light control here off to the side, and then notice the paddle shifters there on the back. But let's pop in. So here is the steering wheel. Really nice leather here at the top and at the bottom with the AMG logo. Perfect leather here on the sides to get a little bit of a better grip, and the overall feeling of the steering wheel is just fantastic. Paddle shifters there on the back. Got the little control here for the center stack. We'll go over that in a moment, but that also has the cruise control, and then you can see the controls for the infotainment system, voice command controls, and then also drive mode select here on the steering wheel. Definitely cool. And then we have our AMG dynamics thing right there. Sorry, the camera doesn't seem to want to focus on that, but yeah, I definitely love how you have to twist this to change the drive modes. Makes it feel like you're doing something very special. And then we have our turn signal, windshield wiper stock, and then we have our column shifter, normal Mercedes-Benz fashion, and there's the steering wheel. Now here is the center gauge cluster. So like I said, you've got that little pad there on the left side where you can scroll through some different menus here on the side to show different bits of information, but definitely looks the coolest when it's like poking out here either side with the gauge cluster, and then you can see the RPMs there on the other side. And then in terms of like changing the drive modes, notice that it'll show there at the very bottom with the drive mode. And then I love how it shows the RPMs. And notice when I pop into the Sport Plus mode, how it raises the RPMs automatically. But yeah, I love how it's like, it shows you the exact number of RPMs, which I think, I don't know, it's just a cool thing. Now here's the center infotainment system. First off, we pop it into reverse. We do have a backup camera with trajectory lines that turn with the steering wheel. And notice we have a bunch of different camera viewpoints. Now this is a touchscreen, so you can just press little camera viewpoints there, but 360 camera system, everything is covered on this, which I think is a huge positive. But there is a little keypad if you want to use that, if you don't use the touchscreen. So you can see I'm going through the camera views with that. Now, as for the rest of the infotainment system, first off, response time with the touchscreen itself is solid, really easy to use. Let's see what they have in the comfort tab right here. And also we got the ambient lighting. You can kind of see it with around the vents a little bit. It's not the right time of day to really see it, but we can actually change the brightness here. So notice the brightness zones, and you can pull it up so that the lights are even brighter here in all of the different zones. So now you guys can kind of see the ambient lighting a little bit better. But yeah, main point I want to make with this touchscreen is it's really easy to use. We have our AMG Performance Page here. Look, it'll show you everything, engine, all that, your dynamic select. And speaking of dynamic select, so again, remember you've got that AMG dynamic, so that'll pop up here. Notice it says Advanced, Pro, Basic. So you've got the 3 different modes there on that side of things. And then we have our different drive modes which you can go through. So notice where you can pop over to Sport, you've got Comfort, Individual, and Slippery from a drive mode perspective. So yeah, it shows in the infotainment system, shows in the gauge cluster, also shows on the little dial here. So there's a bunch of different places that you can see the drive modes, suffice to say. But yeah, overall, great infotainment system. We've got a bunch of our vents right here, and then we've got our engine stop start with the auto stop start. And then notice we've got all of our controls for the climate system. Also, auto stop start, auto stop start. They've doubled down. But yeah, dual zone climate, got some storage space right here, and then also the charging port, and then we got the cup holder situation. And notice you can press that to pop those things there, which is pretty cool. And then this is the keypad to control the infotainment system if you don't want to use the touchscreen, right? And then notice we got our drive mode select here. So you've got another thing to change the drive modes. We have double controls for everything in this car. It's kind of interesting. It's for the camera. This is like a shortcut button for the infotainment system to pop into car stuff. It's a quick access favorite button. And then for your navigation, telephone, radio, and then volume control as well, which, yeah, you can see works great. Got the manual shift function right there if you want to pop it in manual mode, stability control. And this is your wrist rest. Try saying that 20 times in a row. Then you can see the center console. Notice the leather here on the top with the stitching. And then again, I love this design on the dash. And then right there, and then notice again with the leather and stitching there at the top. Definitely flows together very nicely. And here's the glove box. And then finishing things up at the very top, we're in a luxury car, so of course we have a sunroof here at the top. You can see control for the sunroof right there at the center. I've always loved the design of Mercedes mirrors. They just do like a little bit of silver trim on the edge. Definitely gives it a much more upscale appearance. Now, if you want the most up-to-date pricing on this CLA 45 AMG, very long name, and I probably just butchered it and got it wrong. Anyways, if you want to see the most up-to-date pricing, check out the Mercedes-Benz of Farmington's website in the description down below. That's going to sum things up for our video on this 2022 Mercedes-Benz CLA 45 AMG. Again, a huge shout out and thank you to the Mercedes-Benz of Farmington for giving me some time with this CLA. Check out the inventory in the description down below. I will see all of you in that next video.